What up, meatheads? This is Travis, American Butcher. And this is kind of the Meat Block Podcast. Why wasn't there an episode this week, you may ask? Well, I traveled down to the great state of California and the great city of Sacramento to practice with my teammates as we prepare for battle in the 2020 WBC World Butchers Challenge to represent our great nation, America. And I had a blast. It's turning really into a great bond and a great friendship between all of us. And it's fun. And I'm learning a lot and being humbled a lot. And yeah, I'm choosing to win. Now, on my way back, I bought some cheap headphones, the kind that fit in your ear, that kind of had the silicone stuff on them. I was experiencing a little bit of an earache, and I was like, oh well. And then I hate flying, so I took an Ambien and had a drink. And then in the air, I was kind of getting the spins, and I thought it was just because I took an Ambien because of my fear of flying, and I still thought it was my nerves kicking in. Well, I landed, and it didn't go away. And I was like, well, there's no way that I'm, inebriated or anything. And I continued on my journey home after practice and leave the airport and go to my car, which I found was broken into. So that was very exciting. My lunchbox was stolen. This Pottery Barn lamp that I bought was also stolen. And I think the worst thing of all that was stolen was my auxiliary cable. Then they made a mess of my car looking for who knows what. But luckily there was no feces or pee in it, and the battery was still there. Last time my car got broken into, the battery was taken. And they were kind enough to shut the door so the battery that they didn't take didn't die. So on my way home, I noticed that the lanes are kind of rotating a little bit more. And I'm like, oh, this is really weird. I get home, fall asleep, wake up in the middle of the night, go to the bathroom, fall on the ground, vomit, and then go back to bed. I wake up, and it's like I have the spins. And I'm dead sober, and I can't walk more than a few feet without getting nauseous. And apparently, I have BMMV, or otherwise known as vertigo. So that's exciting. So I call my doctor, figure out what's going on with that, got a list of exercises to do, and I've been bedridden for the last 2.5 days. Intermittently, every half hour, doing these head tilt exercises to get the crystals that are loose in my ear canal back into their original place. They're calcium deposits, and what they do is they create a pressure or like a piston or like a pressure gauge that they take so much room in your ear canal that when you turn your head, it throws you off balance because you could actually feel it, the pressure changing. It's like when you stand up or wake up or you're tying your shoe and you stand up super quick. It's like that, but all the time. It's terrible. It's getting better, though. My exercises are slowly working, but I try to go to work today and try to be productive for the first time since I've been back. And I got the spins driving to work and realizing that I, didn't want to die, that I should probably turn around and go home, continue my exercises, and I'm hopeful. This only lasts most of the time for a week. Worst cases, a month. So, fingers crossed. That being said, that's why I didn't do a show this week, because looking at a screen was probably the last thing I wanted to do. So I'm recording this on my cell phone with a sleep mask over my eyes as I just talk. Then I'm going to hit upload, and that's going to be it. But I figured I might as well give you something that's meat block related, and this is it. People often ask me, Travis, and I say, yes, people. Travis, how do you cook a steak? What's your go-to method at your house? Well, I don't care about grill marks, and I don't like losing my juice and my moisture to coals or gas, So I use the tried and true method of using a skillet. Get that skillet raising hot. And for this example, it's going to be 1.25 inch boneless New York. Pretty standard steak, and this can be universal for most steaks around that thickness. Get that skillet piping hot right before you put the New York on. Use like a non-smoke oil or a high heat oil, such as grapeseed oil or canola oil. And grapeseed just sounds better than canola oil. And then put it on there. And it's seasoned with salt and pepper, and you season it right before you put it on there because the salt's going to cause protein extraction and weeping, and you certainly don't want that. And because it may technically make it a little bit chewier. It won't. But I've heard people say that. So put it on that piping hot skillet, wait 10 seconds, then give it a quarter turn just so it doesn't stick to the skillet, because you don't want that fresh, lean, pink to stick. At this point, you already had an oven preheated to 450. At the 5-minute mark of it being on the skillet, flip it over, add a stick of butter, and then put that shit in the oven. Wait 5 more minutes, let rest, and enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this mini episode of the Meat Block Podcast. Until next time, keep your knife sharp and live in the margin. Please support the USA Butcher Team by checking out our GoFundMe. And please like and review. Thank you.